Welcome to Perimenopause Hell. This video is about insomnia, which can be a distressing symptom during perimenopause. I'm going to divide this video into two sections, so help for those of us who are in early peri and help for those that are in late peri. Now, this is divided into two because the symptoms are caused by slightly different things, and you're going to have to take different approaches to solving the insomnia. If you're in early peri, then you may find that what works for you at this point are over-the-counter remedies for sleeplessness. I wouldn't suggest going to a doctor to try and get anything for insomnia. They might give you something like Elavil, which is also known as amitriptyline. That's the generic name for it, that can help you to sleep. But these days, it's very unlikely that they will actually give you sleep aids like Zopiclone and that kind of thing, because they can be habit forming and addictive. Now, some of these medicines that I am going to talk about, which are over the counter, available from pharmacies or online, they can be habit forming too. So what I would suggest is that you don't use them 2 nights in a row. So you're only using them maybe once in a 48 hours period. So the first thing that I would recommend to you is a natural remedy called valerian. Like this one here. You can get it in all sorts of health food shops, and actually it's in a lot of the brand name over-the-counter sleep remedies. So in the UK, there's a sleep remedy called Nital, and that, if you look on the back, it contains other things in it like hops and lemon balm and stuff like that. But the major ingredient in it is this thing called valerian, and it works really well. You can actually take a tincture version and use just a few drops of it in the daytime for anxiety as well. And it's very safe for cats and dogs, for fireworks night and that kind of thing too, because basically it's a sedative. It's a herbal sedative, and it really does work excellently. I'd recommend it to anyone. What you might find a little bit off-putting is the smell. So I'd suggest you don't bother smelling it, and you get the capsules and you just down it straight away with water. You can buy the dried herb to make your own tinctures or tea with yourself if you want to, but it really doesn't smell particularly pleasant. I'd compare it to maybe cat wee as a popular comparison, or somebody said it smelled like cow dung as well. Whatever, it's not the most fragrant of items. The other thing that you can use is what most people call Benadryl, only Benadryl's a brand name. The actual medical generic name for Benadryl is something called diphenhydramine, and it's an antihistamine, which is a medicine that's developed for allergies. But a lot of those antihistamines that were developed early on, first generation antihistamines, have this side effect of causing drowsiness. So it's not only diphenhydramine, there's doxylamine, succinate, promethazine, cyclizine. I think Dramamine's another one as well. There's a whole bunch of old-fashioned antihistamines that can cause drowsiness, and you could use them as a sleep aid to get you a decent night's sleep once in a while. Now, if we move on to women who are in the later phases of perimenopause, and I'm talking about women who are starting to skip periods, they're having hot flashes and night sweats, and the insomnia they're having is hormonal insomnia, and it's caused by low estrogen. Perimenopause basically is a time when your estrogen levels start to fall and your ovaries stop working in terms of releasing eggs and that kind of thing and making estrogen. So your estrogen gets lower and lower and lower until your periods stop, and then your estrogen levels are low, for the rest of your life, basically. Now, you can try using these sleep aids that I've just mentioned in terms of the Benadryl and the valerian, but what you might find is that nothing works. until you tackle the low estrogen levels. So it may be that in order to get a good night's sleep, you're going to have to go on to HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. Some women seem to be confused these days of what HRT is. In order to crack this hormonal insomnia, you will need HRT that contains estrogen. Okay, so that's patches, pills, the gels that you can get, estrogel that comes in a pump dispenser. Any of those things will raise your estrogen levels. What you could also try is some of the phytoestrogen supplements like black cohosh, maca, soy isoflavones, red clover, motherwort, and oat straw. There's more than I mentioned just there. There's a whole heap of different phytoestrogens that you can try, but those are the most popular, and also they're the cheapest and easiest to find. And so once you have got on HRT or you're using your phytoestrogen supplements, you might find that you can sleep without using any of these sleep aids at all, or you may still need to take them. But either way, the problems in late perimenopause with the low estrogen are far more severe than in the early days. So anyway, that is the main guidance on sleep aids. I hope you found that a useful video. If you did, then hit the subscribe button and we'll see you again. Bye.